Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Sonic Love. In today's video we're going to be checking out from our good friends from China the RG28XX, a micro handheld from the XX series. As you know, there are multitude of the XX handhelds that have been released, but this one is quite unique to me. I went with the beige and purple version, or lilac, which is really nice. I think it looks really good. But without further ado, let's jump in and see if this is worth your hard-earned cash. So it comes in our standard usual Anbernic box, and inside, you know what we're going to get. We're going to get a little bit of a foam protector for it, a little bag. Underneath, you know, you're going to get a manual and some wipes, and also your charging cable. That's enough of the unboxing. The unit itself is really small. It is micro. We only have a 2.8 screen. It has the H chip 700, which we all know about, and we have seen a numerous amounts of products from Anbernic utilizing this chipset, which can play quite a fair bit of PSP. I'd say some mid-range, maybe high-end. I'd say you'd probably get God of War with the cheat code to work, but still, it's up to you whether you think that's playable or not. Dreamcast, you can play a very wide range of Dreamcast games on this chipset, but unfortunately with only having a D-pad you do have some limitations, especially when it comes to using the analog or the D-pad itself in games. There is a way that you can switch it around with programmable buttons from our good friends from Anbernic, but still, it still leaves a lot of games incredibly short on the system. Also, that's likewise with N64. Yes, some games are playable, but some just aren't, which is a shame. But to still be able to play some of those games on this size of handheld, and the good thing is that it's on sale at the moment for $40. Now, it's unbeatable, really. So this is the unit itself. It does feel quite solid. The screen doesn't feel as small as what it is, especially with having sort of a semi-bezel-less display, and with the unit being landscape, which I know a lot of people enjoy. It's a lot more comfortable in the hand. The start and select feels nice. The D-pad itself is a lot smaller than our usual Anbernic products, but it still plays very well. You can play special moves on fighting games and also on platformers. It's really responsive and quick. I actually do really like it. The buttons themselves are very nice. They are very close together. I do wish that they separated them just a little bit more. There is enough room on this unit to actually do so, but they chose not. But still serviceable and play really well. The speaker is not the best. It's quite tinny. You're not going to get many lows. But apart from that, it is fine. On the bottom, we have our two SD cards and obviously our 3.5mm headphone jack. On the side, we have our volume. And on the right-hand side, we have our power and also a reset button. Yeah, this is where it gets a little bit awkward for me, and my first gripe of this unit itself is the shoulder buttons. Not really sure what they were trying to achieve with these. I know Anbernic like to try some new stuff, but these are not the best. They're okay, you can use them. Luckily, there's not that many games that utilizes them. But yeah, they rattle like a box of matches, and as you can see, they're weird. They're just, when you press them, and they're very loud and very clicky. On the top, we have a HDMI, micro HDMI. We have a DC and OTG port there at the top, and also the menu select button. So overall, I really do think it's a nice little unit. It's just a shame, and as I say, it's a nitpick more than anything, of the loud clicky buttons that we have at the top of the unit. But yeah, the actual shell itself feels solid, feels quite nice. Yep, it really is going to be quite robust if you're putting it in your pocket and you're taking it on the go to work. The screen itself, my problem with the XX range is the brightness. Now this is full brightness. You have levels 1 to 5, and as you can see, it in actual natural light, and it's very bright today, you will struggle So for something that is supposed to be pocketable and portable, I do think that Anbernic need to, if they can, is just give us more brightness options to turn the brightness up if it is indeed possible. That is another gripe that I have, is that the brightness of the screen is not bright enough. Now indoors it's fine, and obviously if you're playing at night time you can go down to level 1 and it is quite dim. But again, a little bit more control over the brightness would be nice. The D-pad itself, as I say, is really nice. It is a lot smaller than the usual Anbernic D-pad, but it's still very good and very responsive. It has a nice firm feel to it, but not too firm that it's going to give you fatigue in your fingers. But yeah, it just feels really good. So overall, I am very impressed with the RG28XX. So moving over to some performance testing. As you can see, the layout of the screen is rotated. Once you put on your FPS or any load saves, you'll see that the screen has been rotated and the FPS should be in the top left, but it's in the bottom right. No biggie, but that's what they've done with the screen. But performance wise, your 8-bit and 16-bit are going to look absolutely fantastic and play really well. As I say, the D-pad itself is really nice to use. You have no issues on this size of screen playing the game, and as I say, it looks really nice. Good resolution, nice saturation of colours. Performance is going to be what you would expect. Pressing the menu will then bring you into RetroArch, where you can do all your net plays and everything else. It just really is really accessible to RetroArch options and messing around and tweaks. If you like that sort of things, you'll be good here. If we quit RetroArch, it has the usual standard XX range interface. So we have Games Room, RetroArch, Favorites, History, Search, App Center, and Settings. So one thing that you will have to note when you do get this unit, you will get games, you will not get any Mario games. It will have the Zelda games, but you will have to source them yourselves. I've noticed with the XX range, or whether Anbernic have started to do that in general on all ROM packs that they have with their unit. But let's check out some more higher end stuff, just so you can get a glimpse of what this can do. But as I say, you will be very limited in the games that you can play due to the lack of controls. I strongly suggest, if you are wanting to play as many higher end games as possible, then you're best off buying the RG28XX. Let's go with some Power Stone 2. For $40, this is unparalleled and nothing else can beat it at the moment. I think that the screen, the buttons, the controls, shame about the triggers, but apart from that, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. Oh, and it also has rumble. As you can see, plays fine. The controls feel really nice, and it looks incredibly sharp on here, guys. Lovely colours, full 60 frames. Yeah, really nice. Also for Dreamcast, we'll check out some Soul Calibur. Again, plays absolutely incredible. Controls feel really nice and responsive. PS1 is also very, very good. This is Breath of Fire. Really enjoyable to play PS1 on here. N64, again, if the games are compatible through controls and also emulation, when you're playing them, they play absolutely fantastic. Personally, I've been playing on Paper Mario, and I absolutely love it. Forgotten just how good it was, haven't played it for a good while. If you do want full use of the N64 library, again, I would suggest getting the RG28XX with the full controls. With the screen being 640 by 480, it looks really crisp and sharp. I say my only gripe is the brightness of the screen. You can also play Sega Naomi 1 and 2. Also looks incredible. And even though it has a smaller form factor, D-pad and buttons, you're still able to pull off special moves with ease. PSP again is obviously limited, but obviously there's still loads and loads and loads of games that are available to play. And I've stretched the screen. I think on this size, I think it's best to, really, on most games. But yeah, you still will have a great time, especially with games, role-playing games. There are hundreds of role-playing games that are incredible on here. So yeah, I think you'll have a good time with PSP. If it is compatible and also playable. Game Boy Advance is also another system that plays really well on here and looks good. Again, I've chosen to play it stretched. Some may not like that, but obviously that's just my choice. But yeah, I think it looks great and plays great on here. I've been really enjoying it. So overall, guys, I just think it's been an incredible experience. I love how it feels. It's just so small and compact, easy to just transport anywhere on the go. Just slip it in your pocket and maybe put the screen protector on if that's what you're going to do with it. But I think for $40, I will leave a link in the description if you wish to pick one up on the sale at the moment. But it's really impressed me. It's really just brought back my experience of taking something on the go that I'm not going to worry about if it gets damaged because it's only £40. But to have such a powerful little handheld with great controls, great screen, apart from the brightness, the shoulder buttons are, I think they're absolutely shit, in my opinion, but they do, and you can still use them. They're very loud and annoying. That's my only gripe, really. But apart from that, I do think it's an excellent addition to your handheld collection if you are a collector. But if it's something that you want to just have for, like, say you work hard and you find it difficult to play games, it may be something to do on your break. You could just whip it out and obviously play lots of retro games. Yeah, but overall I do think it is worth it. I don't think there's anything quite like it at the moment. I think as a micro handheld, this is the best one by far that has been released, so I will give Anbernic kudos for that. I'd love to know what you think, guys, in the comments, but I really do enjoy it. I have been enjoying it, and I will definitely enjoy it for the foreseeable future. But as always, guys, take care.